Hello everybody, Matt Hatter here from SSZ Canada. How's it going today? So today we're going to be showing how to use the Time Manager, which is part of our extended code plugin. So in order to use that inside of yours, you won't have the ILS. That's a system that's unreleased. We're working on it still. But you just go into time and date here. And there are a couple of ways you can use this time manager. So firstly, we'll just have a quick look. You can just drop it out into the world and look at your settings over here, and you have all of the different settings. So right now, the only thing that you can sync to is the local time machine, and the master server is in case you want to add a sync to file or something, how often it's going to check the time of the computer, and these come into your customized time and date settings here. So we've got customized time, which we want to do. The number of real hours in a day, you can set this to anything you want. Just slide it back and forth. The start year, let's call that 2020 for now. And the start month, now because of the way that Unreal arrays work, your months are always going to be one behind the actual. So based on the real calendar, for example, January is not going to be the first month. January is actually going to be month 0. And I'll show you those tables in a minute. So let's make it January 1st. The start date is that one. And the start day comes into your customized days system. So inside of here, you'll see that you've also got these three structures. You've got the structured calendars, structured day, and structured time. So if we go ahead and look at structured time, that's just our general settings in case we want to make this little settings menu change across all instances. We can use the struct time settings, and it'll change the default settings on the time, every single time manager when you pull it out. So to make a custom calendar, inside of here we have our database struct calendars. And inside of struct calendars, I have a couple set up already for you to preview here. And inside of the first one, we can see inside of array 0 calendar is January, and it's got 31 days, February 28 days, March 31 days, so on and so forth, all the way through the 12th month. And as I was saying, because of the way the Unreal arrays work, January is going to be month 0, and you're going to have 11 months in the year, 11 array values, or 11 is going to be your final number, rather. And then inside of the next one, you have a customized calendar, which is a system that we use in Universal OS, and that's got our different days. And we use an 8-hour system in our world, so that's why our months work the way they do. But you can see our calendar down there. And then, so if you wanted to use the real month's calendar, you'll go and set calendar to use 0. For example, if you wanted to use our custom calendar, you would do 1. And if you wanted to add your own custom calendar, you can just go in here and add a new array. And then set up, you can go, this is a month 1. Oh, month 1, and it has 20 days in it, and then add another array value, and that's going to be month 2. And let's say it has 50 days in this month, and then over here, you'll just set your calendar to use to this array value here, which is 2 for your new custom calendar set. So you would just set that to 2. And then when you hit play, let's turn the debugs on so we can show customized time. Then when you turn it on, it's going to be month 1, year, and so on and so forth, all of your customized times. So that's one way. Now to use this, and then sorry, I'll just quickly touch this as well. This is your days. It works the same way, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. To add a new array, you go here. This is day 1. So you would put, this is day 1. This is day 2. And over in your settings for the time manager, you would just go to your time settings here. And in your calendar date settings, the calendar that you would or the days setting that you're going to want to use for your customized week setup would be array 1 instead of 0. And when you press, it's day 1, month 1. So that's all working correctly now. And we'll just quickly remove those array elements out of here and clean that up. And save everything. Here we go. And then if we stop and look at our time manager again, we can go back and just set those arrays to 0. So we're back on real world time. And there it is. It starts on January 1st, 2020. So now to use this in your own custom sky system, I'll show you how to use that. So what we're going to use is the sky that we use in our world is called Fast Stylized Procedural Sky, which is available in the marketplace. And I'll just quickly pull one of those out. There we go. And so what I'm going to do now is just quickly go into here. And I'm used to working on 2 screens. So I'm going to pop that out. We can close those down here. So there's 2 ways that you can go about using the time manager. One would be simply to drag your time manager into here, like so. Time and date, drag your time manager in, and then on begin play, which is somewhere, there it is, you would want to just get a reference to this so you can work with it later. So in order to do that, we're going to grab out the time manager here, and then we'll go child actor, pop that in here, and then we are going to cast to time manager, and we'll hook this in here like so. Now we can promote this to a variable to work with later. Then we'll call this time reference, time manager reference, so that we know exactly what it is. Now, if I remember correctly, inside of here they have an update time value, and your sky assets are going to be different. So what you want to do is just find your program's change time of day. There it is. And wherever change time of day, tradition, update, there's an update somewhere here. Let me go back and look through their script. Now I have been just working in our own update time of day. There it is. Let's find the references to this. Update time and date, find references. So they're doing it on the event tick. So what we're going to want to do is just put in a while loop with a delay from the SSC repo. Since we rely on our own plugin, you can quite easily do this. And you're going to call this adjust time, custom event, just time, and we want it to happen all the time We could also use an infinite loop here. Why don't we just go ahead and do that instead? Infinite loop. And then from our sky reference, we're just going to get current time, get current custom time. We're going to copy their set time here to make things very easy. Infinite loop is going to be set the time forever, like so. And then we're just going to make sure that we call the adjust time from the begin play. And that came up. Event graph, adjust time. So then we're just going to make sure that the event is called so that our custom time is being set into the asset instead. And when we compile that, save, and go back into our world and play, you can see times now working on our custom time and date system. And just to do that, to double check what I'm going to do is just open up my system time and date. And we'll play with this a little bit. We'll turn the automatic off, change the date manually. Let's set the time to 59, change it. That should make it very late in the night. You can see, there we go, because we have a 1 hour day. That is exactly what I'm expecting to see. So the math on a 1 hour, of course, makes it very easy for you to debug things. But if you go into your time manager, which also has its own settings conveniently, you can, for example, let's just get rid of the old time manager that's here so there's no conflicts. And there we go. So that's now updating our sky based on our time now being 00, it would be midnight. And we can double check that by going in on our asset and double clicking show customized time like so. And now when we click play, it's going to show us that the time is just after midnight, which is right for 0 o'clock. And if I set my time settings to 30, for example, it will be noon. There we go. When I hit play now, it'll be noon. There you go. You can see everything's all worked in. The other way that we could have done this as well, instead of adding the time manager here, what we could have done is added it into the world like we originally had it, like so. We could also then get actor of class. And we're going to get time manager, BP time manager, there we go. And we could have used that to set our reference as well. And then used the same reference to hook into whatever sky asset you're using. And it gives out a very nice value for your day, which is between 0 and 24. So it should work with every sky asset you come across, but if not, it should be very easy for you to convert those times. And of course, if I were to go in here to my time managers, now that we've got it in the world again, and I was to set my number of hours in a day to something like 4, and then set the time of the computer to double check. Let's call it 50. Oh, let's call it 30. So that should make it 0.25. Going the wrong way because I'm talking. Change. There we go. Oh, and I forgot to turn the time debug time back on so that we could actually see what time it was. Time manager, here we go. In our debug settings, we'll just click that. And then when we hit play now, we can see that it's roughly the time I was looking for. But the time, of course, has changed by a minute. So there you go. You can see that the time is all working. So that is how you use our custom time system. We hope you all enjoy it, and we would love to see what you create with it. So go ahead and join us on our Discord at SSZ.ca /chat, CHAT, and let us know what you've created using our plugins. Thanks so much. Have a great day.